Let's start. This might not be the hottest name on the streets, but I think this is the most predictable, obtainable guy for the Eagles, Chris Olave out of Ohio State. Number one, before we even get into the film breakdown, imagine Merrill Reese saying the last name Olave after a touchdown. Just think about put that through your brain. I think right away, right there, you would love it. So before we hit play on the film, I just want this disclaimer out there. We did not do one for Garrett Wilson. I love Garrett Wilson, but I think he'll be off the board. That's the only reason why we didn't do it. So his running mate, Chris Olave, what do you think? Garrett Wilson off?
There's no chance he makes it to 15.
Correct. Yeah. So
unless we're like stunned by the amount of like offensive linemen and edge rushers off the board, I don't think there's a chance Garrett Wilson gets to 15.
Yeah, there's some miraculous run on quarterbacks after everyone's saying it's a weak quarterback class. That's the only way Wilson is there. So if you came here for the Wilson breakdown, I'm sorry. We just didn't think our teams had a chance, even though we do love him. I love Garrett Wilson, probably the best wide receiver in the draft. But let's go with Olave, his running mate. I love him. Let's get into the tape on him.
All right. The first note I have is he's the Zach Ertz of wide receivers. He's always going to be open and catch the ball. Then he kind of falls after that, though. There's not a lot of yak.
Yeah. I had so with him, I had a return of the linear strider. So last year with Devontae Smith, that was our term for him. Just that guy who created space, just because, like you see with this clip right here, beating a really good cornerback and Joey Porter Jr., he didn't really have a crazy move. He's just linear strider, beat the cornerback right off the ball. He's got those long legs. He could beat his cornerback and defensive backs with speed. So it was like watching him and then listening to the tape on him. It was a lot like the Devontae Smith breakdown last year. It was just he's just a long, lean running machine who keeps getting himself open. I love this play right here. This little footwork on the sideline. All these Ohio State
not a lot of yak, and it's all yak.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They have the Ohio State offense. All of these wide receivers are so good at creating space that they really don't have to break tackles. Look how open they are on all of these. We're gonna be doing this next year with Jackson Smith-Njigba and Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, we're just gonna be right back to it.
Nailed the name.
It's like this year. What's that?
You nailed the name.
It's gonna be the only time. We'll wait until we get into some of these names. I will screw it up. So just what we're watching here, just again, these Ohio State wide receivers, great footwork, great route running. That's how they find themselves so open. And I think Olave just uses his speed to kind of just get right past the cornerbacks. It's like doing the Devontae Smith breakdown all over again. Great footwork, good route running, gets himself open. Can he get himself open against NFL cornerbacks because he's lean? He's not that big. He's not that strong. He's not that physical. So it's just one of those things where if you're the Eagles, does that scare you away when you just had this same scenario last year with Devontae Smith?
Out of all the picks that are like realistic for the Eagles, he has to be my favorite one.
I was about to say, this just feels like a realistic pick. This feels like a really realistic 15 or 18, Yeah. So I kind of tiered my notes based on picks at 15 and picks at 18. I have him as one of the guys at 15, but 15 or 18. But just, again, all of these highlights, just look at the space that's created on all of these. And part of that is, and this is another knock on him, and some of these knocks on these guys are hilarious. Like, their knocks are like, oh, there were other good players on their team. So one of the knocks on Olave is he is a complimentary wide receiver. And that's probably, like we talked about, he was playing with Garrett Wilson, so that makes total sense. But who cares? Isn't that exactly what the Eagles are looking for?
Okay. You know who's not a complimentary wide receiver? Jalen Reagor. So I'll take literally anybody.
Yeah, I was about to say. It's like, okay, he's a complimentary receiver. Perfect. So Devontae Smith is your wide receiver 1. Quez falls into the perfect role of wide receiver 3 for him. You've got Goddard. Now you have Olave. If you're the Cowboys, you've got CeeDee Lamb. You need to replace him for Amari Cooper. Olave. I just love how his smooth stride. These Ohio State receivers are just so smooth in everything that they do. I love it. So we are on the same page. Is he the most exciting prospect in the entire draft? Probably not. But
But that's the reason he excites me the most. He's
I was
he's
about to
not the
say.
most exciting. That's the reason I'm most excited about it.
I was about to say, I feel like this is just safe and predictable for the Eagles, and I think like are you doing a backflip if we get him? No, but are you giving like a thumbs up smile on your face? Hell yeah. I think that's how you feel about him, and he feels like a great compliment to Devontae Smith, who can stretch the defense and uses his speed and his footwork to get himself open. Like, look on
Look
that
at that,
deep shot
3
right there.
guys by himself.
3 guys around, and he gets right by all 3. That's fantastic work. And, nothing crazy with that route, just a smooth stride right down the field. I'm hoping they show – there's one play, and it wasn't this past season, so I don't know if they're going to show it. He had one of the best toe touches in the back of the end zone I've ever seen of any college wide receiver. And it wasn't this year, it was the year before, so I don't know if we'll actually see it. Best toe touch I've ever seen. He got both feet in. So, again, footwork, route running, speed, things you want to see from a wide receiver. Any stats or anything you've got for him?
I didn't really feel like I needed any of him. He's plus 2,000 to be the first wide receiver off the board, which we're not really worried about. Notes I have: Zach Ertz wide receivers, elite route running, and athleticism. Athleticism is my favorite note for prospects because like we're scouting them for professional sports. They better be athletic.
Yes, I was about to say. So they are athletes.
Yeah. The only knock I guess I have on him is that he's small, so he needs to create separation. But like he does that, and also he's winning a lot of these contested catches we're seeing. This is a highlight reel, so it's going to be all good stuff. But
this is just so funny. We did this. Like, go back and watch our Devontae Smith breakdown from last year. We did this.
Yeah. He easily has the highest floor of every wide receiver in the draft.
Correct. I think that's why we like him, right? We've been burnt in the past.
Yeah. So like that, the 2016 NBA draft, he's the Jason Tatum. His floor is easily the highest. All the other wide receivers can end up being Markelle Fultz. Like could be flashy, might not work out.
Or Alonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Great crossover analogy on that one. All right, I think we've got enough tape here on Olave. He set the record for touchdowns at Ohio State, so that highlight tape could go for quite some time. So, again, 15, 18, I don't know, but it's a really he's an intriguing prospect because I think he's going to be one that they're interested in. He did do a top 30 visit with the Eagles and would be a good compliment to Devontae Smith.